Also available on Lamp Magic Publishing. The reasons become more apparent as to why the free-flowing creative expansion of energy of the sexual nature is more important as your life expands. As your life expands. Wow. Well, in order for your life to expand and for you to expand, you got to narrow that a little bit because you won't be able to get into the bedroom door. So, all these things, you got to leave them outside the bedroom door. You cannot go in that bed with anybody carrying any such mess as that with you. But let's look at what morality is. Okay, and then we'll tackle the reasons. We got a 4, we got a 6, we got a 9, we got a 1, we got a 3, we got a 9, we got a 2, and 25, yeah, we got a 7. Now let me make sure, because I tell you all these ideas about what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad and all that. That's just interfering with this, adding up all these numbers for me. 7, 16, 23. Is that right? Let's do it again. 7, 16, 23. Woo! The heart of that. Heart of morality is 23. Just as crazy as you want to be. 23. All right? It's insanity. That's what it is. The heart of morality is insanity. Nothing but insanity. It's a way of governing and maintaining control based on lies. And the reason I know that is because that 3 is there and that 2 is there, and that's a relationship. So there's somebody trying to control another person right there. And here's all the stories that are being woven around that sexual experience with the morality is what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do and all that stuff. Okay, let me see if I can stay here because this is kind of hard, buddy. 13, 16, what do we got? That ain't, and 18, is that right? We got a 13, 16. I don't know what that's sitting there for. Morality, because that 9's up there. All right, do it again. 2, 5, 14. Is that 18? Is that the truth? Now see, when these things happen, I get so stuck in my tracks because I'm just laid low when this happens. Let me add it up one more time to make sure that that is not the number. Okay. 13, 16, 18. It is the number. It is the number. 18. The moon. Oh no. Oh no. Where do you think that you got all of these hang-ups and all of these ideas about morality from? Now I got to blame her, but you know, I'm not putting her in a bad light because I'm a mother too. And I certainly have done it. But they come from your mother. And it was because she was told, and her mother was told, and the one before that was told, and told, and told, and told. So whatever and however she expressed her sexual life, she had to do it in secret or she had to lie. Oh, so it created a whole lot of problems. But here it is. Let's add it up. Because that's the moon in the tarot cards, and it also represents your mother. So you got an 18 and you got a 23. Now that makes a 41. 41! For anybody who wants to know. I love this. I love it. 41. Do you know what the number 41 represents? Of course it's a 5. But it is the full, because there's that 4. You're down here, you know. You're on all, well, we're standing up now, but we got 4s. 2, 4. So we're on all 4s. In some of those sexual positions, you're really on all 4s. But anyway, you're to be down here. All 4s. You are supposed to pioneer sexual expression. That's right. You are to, oh, I didn't finish that sentence. Full sexual experimental expression. Wow. I said full. I said uninhibited. Didn't I say uninhibited? I'm getting ready to say it. Uninhibited. Okay? Free-flowing energy. Why? Because sexual energy is the highest form of spiritual energy available to mankind. Sexual energy is the highest form of spiritual energy available to mankind. Now, when we lace it and cross it and define it and label it, tabulate it, manufacture it, calibrate it, then it does not flow freely. It is inhibited. And there is a reason that you were designed, more than just bringing you here through the sexual act. There is a reason. I know I wrote that word up there somewhere. Yeah. There is a reason for this energy running through you. Now, in life, you're never, ever, 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 ever going to experience any type of pleasure that even comes close to the orgasm. Now, this orgasm has nothing to do with that other guy or girl or you. Has nothing. Now, I know I got to get rid of your self-importance and the idea for you to really get a hold of this, but it has nothing to do with that. What it does have to do with is that you're touching the inevitable hem of the garment of God. God is it, it's God. I'm going to use the word God right now. And what you were before you are now. Okay? Because in this, you lose total consciousness. Consciousness. All right? You do. And at that moment, you are not self-aware. That's right. You are not self-aware. You are totally unaware of what? Of yourself. You do not exist. And the very fact that you are aware of yourself prevents you from bonding, blending, immersing, surrendering, giving back into bleeding. Bleeding's good. Bleeding back into that which you were before you were not, which you are, because you are not more than you are. Paula, what did you say? I said, you are the not more than you are the it. And you're going back to the not after this it. And that's what you are. And this is what happens in this. It is the same thing that happens in death. Because you die in this and you die in that. Well, it seems like you die. You change forms. The energy changes. But same thing with the orgasm. But what happens here, when this happens with this orgasm, because you're self-aware and you think it has something to do with you or the other fella or the other girl, that you attach an importance as if it's coming from that person. And why do you do that? Because somewhere along the way your mother thought that and was taught that and told you that and gave you that need to have and possess that energy from the other person because he or she does it better than anybody else. Well, he or she doesn't possess it to start with. It belongs to God. It is the inevitable, sacred, sanctified energy of God. And as you go on in your life, you will realize that. You will realize the reason for that. Okay, so as we go along, and I mean this whole world is just really messed up with this whole thing, but it's not a messed up like messed up. The people that are wanting to bleed back into and to Eliminate this self-awareness, this thing that's standing in the way of receiving this orgasm, standing in the way of living our lives, standing in the way of being free and allowing for everything to be just as it is without having to know beforehand or control or be worried about. It is our own self-awareness. If we could eliminate the self-awareness that happens in this, it happens in that. And that moment, that epitome of, it goes beyond pleasure. It's not even a pleasure. What happens is, as I said, you're not existing. You know, you're living. You're here alive and you're living, but you're not existing. And that's the whole thing. Everything that you're doing in this life, you try to perpetuate to make your existence more than it is. And it's causing you great unhappiness, and it's causing you not to be able to relax and enjoy the ongoing orgasm that you are. You are. You are an embodiment of God's orgasm. Okay, so if we can achieve this, we got to die. We got to die. Now, that means you can't lay down with all that. You gotta not exist. Oh, Paula, now that's really existential. Maybe, maybe not. Because our whole problem in this earth is that we want to be special. And we want to think that we can give another something special from our specialness. And that person will want to be with us because we're special. Whether that's because we're so pretty or because I don't know, you know, because I can't even talk about it. You have a pretty body and so he'll want your body and all that. That is, you know, it's all based upon the fact that you're aware of yourself. And what you're wanting is to eliminate that awareness. That's why you seek orgasm. That's the only reason. For those few seconds, I said minutes, for those few seconds you don't exist. You do not exist. And that is the most powerful oneness of pleasure there can be. But if you get up from that bed and think for one moment that you had something to do with it, or the other person that had something to do with it, you have absolutely annihilated this. You know, because, I mean, you haven't annihilated the orgasm. The orgasm was true, but your thoughts and the suffering that's going to come from it, suffering, because you really attribute it to something you do. Whether it's from the kiss, to the touch, to the foreplay, to whatever, the oral sex, whatever is involved. If you think that you are the one that is contributing to it, you are going to suffer like Jesus did in Golgotha, or anyway, on the cross. Orgasm. Let's find out about it. Let's find out about why the free-flowing energy, this sexual energy, this orgasmic energy of desiring to be one with God, that's all that is. Did I leave that little detail out, Mitzi? It's not that we desire to have that mate. And it's that desire that we desire to have that child or to be close to our mother or father or friends. It is that we desire to be one with God. That's what we desire. That's what we're seeking. We're not seeking anything else. Nothing. And everything else is going to fall short of that. Because why? Did I say a reason? Oh yeah, there it is. Because in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word. The Word. The sound. Now, any word, and it had no word, not like words like this, sound. The sound of God. Okay? Get out of your mind. The sound of God. The Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Jesus and all of the other saints and holy people and ourselves. The Word, the sound of God is orgasm. Exploding into the universes and galaxies to create. The sound of God. From that orgasm created everything that would ever be or ever has been, or, I mean, it's it. You know, and that's why this is another show too about these parallel universes. Everything that's ever been created is created and will not, it's all here. They're on different levels. That's another show. But anyway, the sound of God in the beginning, the Word, was orgasm. God's orgasm. An immaculate explosion, an ejaculating explosion. Big bang, if you will. I mean, it had to be one. So let's see why this is going to be important. Oh, or gas. Gas? Would that be the fusion of stars and galaxies? Or would it be pens and paper and food and cars and everything that has evolved? Would it be that? Okay, let's go. We got a 6, we got a 9, we got a 7, we got a 1, we got a 1, and we got a 4. Is that what we got? We got 2 vowels. Well, I will be damned. Twice today and 7 times on Wednesday. The heart of orgasm is 7. The heart of orgasm. The most pleasurable experience there is in the world, and the heart of it is God's favored number. Whoa, whoa. Well, how about that? Now, let's add up this. 9 and 7 is 16, 17, 21. Is that right? Are we going to have a 21? 16, 17, 21? Yes, we are. We're going to have a 21. And a 21 is the dance of life in